Hi there Year 9s. In this video we're looking at drawing and interpreting scatter graphs. So we have some data here. We were looking at student height versus the best distance jumped, and this is in long jump athletics. And so we're going to look at scatter graphs and how to do them. So this first instruction here says draw a scatter graph to represent this data. Now in this day and age the best way to draw a scatter graph is using technology. And so we have the benefit of all having computers with Excel, and so I've just copied this data into Excel, and once that's there we can simply select it and then go insert, and one of the options here is charts, as Americans call them. We call them graphs. And so we want a scatter graph, which is this one here, and so there's our scatter graph. Now at the moment, because the axes are from 0 to 0, that all of the data is in one corner, so we can change that if we want by going to Format Axes, and we'll set our minimum for our, is that our x-axis? Yep, so we'll set our minimum at about 2.5. I think, so let's go 2.5 for that. Okay, and for our maximum that's fine, and then for our other axis, if it'll let us, well, let's just go with that and see if it will let us. So we want to change our other axis as well. So let's go in here and click on this one. So format axis, there we go, and so we'll get our heights to start at about 125 for this one. So 125. And the reason why we want to do that for a scatter graph is it just gives us a bit more area of dots on our axis. Alright, so that's really it. The only other thing that we have to do is just label our axes. And so it lets us do that in here. So once again we'll just have to look. So let's try right clicking on the axis and see if we can give it a name here. Doesn't want to cooperate today. Okay, but what you can always do is just import that into OneNote anyway, and then once that's into OneNote we can label it accordingly. So let's, in fact, yeah, that's better. Okay, so now that it's in OneNote we can label it manually if we want. So I'll call this heights of students, and this one here is the distance jumped. Okay, and we've already got our title there. Okay, so what does this graph tell you about the data? Well, you can kind of see a little bit of an upward trend overall. And so basically what it's saying is that in general, the taller you are, the longer you can jump. And we say in general because that's not always the case, but there is a general trend that reflects that. So our answer here is in general. Important that you use that term. In general, the taller you are, the longer you can jump. Okay, and that's our answer. So nothing complicated there. So yes, use Excel and just import it into your OneNote, and you can edit it once it's in OneNote. Your work on for this is exercise 31.05, and have fun with that.